Hello everyone, hope you guys are doing great. Welcome back to the channel. And in my today's video, I'm going to discuss about a company called Kirloskar Pneumatic Company Ltd. So I think with the name only, you would have understood that it is part of the huge Kirloskar group, which is based out of Pune. So we'll go through their business model. What do they do? How do they make money? What is the moat of this company, and what are the challenges, as well as we'll go through their Q4 FY26 numbers also. So let's get into it. So this is mainly into engineering, and they focus on compression system. If you look at their main products, right? So they have air compressors for industrial uses, refrigeration compressors for cold storage, and others of gas compression system for CNG, oil and gas, transmission products for gates and railways, and turnkey systems, and obviously the maintenance services. So these products, which these engineering things that they made, right, for compressors, they're used in oil and gas, steel and cement, railways, marine, HVAC, and food processing system. If you look at their revenue model or how they make money, right? So first is the equipment sale, which is their main and their primary revenue, and it comes from compressors and a system. So they almost account for around 85 to 94% of the revenue. So even though they're a diversified engineering company, the main uh, revenue come from the compressors and systems. And if you look at their overall revenue for the recent years, right, the compression business alone contributes to around 90% of their revenue. And if you look at this compression, the machines that they make, right, so they are high tickets item, they are custom engineered, and obviously they are based on the project. So when the orders come from certain companies, so according to their requirement, they make these products. And the second part is project and turnkey solution. So over here they do full system design, installation and commissioning, and large products. So over here, these revenue are lumpy. They are not regular, which happens every month. It depends upon the product, but they are high margin products. And if you look at for the company, like, they have a strong order book visibility of almost 2,000 plus crores for the FY26, or for the FY27. Sorry. So if you look at the aftermarket services that they give, right? So they over here they have maintenance contracts, spare parts, and operation and maintenance services. So this is a very high margin product, so, right? Because as I told you, right? So the machines, or the compressors that they make are very unique and custom built for these whichever whoever uses it, right? Whichever industry uses it. And the company only maintains and services it. So, and once the product is sold, there is no one but Kirloskar Pneumatic Company only which services it till the lifetime of this whole product. And this creates a recurring revenue plus a high margin ticket. And if you look at their emerging segment, right? So which is precision engineering. So it is growing at the rate of around 18%, and they are also entering into new compressor technologies like centrifugal and energy efficient system. And obviously, so these are the various things that they do. Let's look at their margin and how does whether the margin is high or low. So if you look at compressors, right, which is their core business, the margin is quite high. And for refrigeration, it's mostly linked to infra, and they're over there also the margin is higher. For the gas compression, over here, even though the margin is volatile, the main reason is because it's into a cyclical industry. For transmission, it is niche, and the margin is quite stable. And for services, obviously, the business is continuously recurring, and the margin is quite high. And if you look at the market share, right, it's quite high. For in CNG compression system, they almost have 50 plus 50% market share and above, and they are a leader in industrial refrigeration compressors, especially in ammonia refrigeration system, oil and gas compression, and rail traction gas. And if you look at what are their main benefits, or the moat which the company benefits, right? So we need to understand, right? They have the domain expertise, they have long design cycles, and they have proven reliability. And these products are very custom made as per the requirements of the company, right? So what happens, right? The switching cost is very high. So it's not like, I, for example, I bought this marker and I kept it, and then I realized, okay, this company is not good, so I can just go and buy another marker. The switching cost is not that high. But in terms of these compressors, which the companies order from this Kirloskar company, they just cannot decide to, change the compressor after a year or two. The switching cost is quite high. So that helps in stickiness of the customer. And obviously, the other is once the compressor is installed, the service is locked in till the lifetime of the compressor. and the the compression system, or certain products they provide, especially in critical industries like oil and gas, right? They require regulatory approvals and vendor qualifications, for which Kirloskar is already qualified. And obviously the other thing is, they have the backing of Kirloskar Group, right? Which is very well known all over India, and anyone doing business with them, they know that okay, we can trust this brand and we can be, uh, you know there should not be any issue. But obviously, at the same time, not every company is like 100% safe from any competition, right? So if you look at in terms of the challenges or the cyclicality they might face, is like, first is a cyclicality, because their business depends upon the industrial capex. The more a company does capex related to the products that they sell, the more orders they will get. And the other thing is, as their revenue is dependent upon the project, so the revenue could be lumpy. And obviously they have to compete with global giants like Atlas Copco and Ingersoll. So so this is about the company, right? So let's look at their recent result and how good what is it. If you look at their Q4 FY26 revenue, it was quite well. It was revenue grew by almost 21% to 706 crores from 583 crores. The PAT jumped by almost 70%. So this shows that the company is getting good operating leverage from their current base, right? The profit rose to around 144 crores from 80.6 crores, and earning per share also went up by almost 80% from 12.42 rupees to 22.17 rupees. And if you look for the whole year, right, the revenue grew up by almost 8% to 1759, and PAT was up by almost 26% to 57 crores. So the Q4 was quite good, but if you look for the overall year, I mean, the numbers quite be overall sales is quite less, but the business is quite stable, right? So if you personally ask my opinion, right, this is a business which has a high barrier of entry, which is quite high mode, and I would say the quality is also quite good. So in terms of reliability, the business is quite good. But in terms of overall sales, yes, it is not that high at this point of time. But if the industrial capex increases, the demand for these compressors increases, it will definitely benefit. Especially if you look at the Q4 numbers. So we have to see in the coming quarters and in the coming year how does it perform. But if someone is looking for a company where they will not lose their money, which is stable and which will grow their investment at a steady rate, this is a good choice if you personally ask me, right? And you have watched this video, and what do you think about this company? Please do let me know in the comment. And if you like this video, please do hit subscribe this button, because I was just checking the data, and almost 90% of the people who watch my video haven't subscribed to my channel. So that would be really helpful, for these analysis to go to other people also, and they will also learn from it. Thank you, and God bless you.